Hmm. Oh, what's These animals are very interesting. But what is that? Ah, that's not. Oh my God! You see, that's not normal at all. Look at this book here, some weird looking type of book. Oh my God! Oh. Who drew this book? Who was the author of this book? Oh, what type of drawings are these? What do they even mean? If there's anyone there watching and can understand what these drawings might mean, please leave a comment there because this looks pretty creepy, man. Oh my God! This is look at these skeletons and some weird type of drawings. Some stuff here that looks pretty abnormal. Oh my God! What is this? This might some be very useful information. Oh, how did these people get these books? I always seem to wonder. Oh, anyway, thanks for clicking, man. You are loved and respected. Hit the like button and watch till the end. Spread love to those.
What's the most important thing that most of us don't know about the universe that we should?
For me, it's the greatest gift that modern astrophysics has given civilization. In 1957, a research paper was published demonstrating that the atoms in your body, the nitrogen, the iron, the carbon, that all of this are traceable to cosmic crucibles deep in the centers of stars. It manufactures them by thermonuclear fusion. The star explodes, scatters that enrichment into gas clouds that make the next generation of star systems, such as we. So it's not like you're out in the universe looking up and you say, yeah, I'm alive in this universe, but I feel small. No, the universe is alive within you, and you should feel large. That revelation that we are not poetically, but literally stardust borders on the spiritual. And I think everyone, it is their duty to know that.
But even a rock has some form of self-awareness. It just might be that, just say, for example, its form of self-awareness might be through us being aware of it. It might not experience the same way we experience self-awareness into ourselves as ourselves. A rock might need another reflection to understand the self-awareness. I'm just giving an example of a different form of self-awareness by using other kinds of beings that are self-aware that become aware of the rock, and then the rock can be aware of itself through us. So that's another way to look at how self-awareness could work. But the whole idea of sentience is simply that all that is the first reflection of the one. So the one, the homogeneous, unbroken one, is not self-aware because there's nothing to compare itself to. But the portion of the one that suddenly has this concept of, oh, there's an other, becomes self-aware, because you cannot be aware of the self if you're not aware of something that appears to be an other than self. So it's that reflection, the first reflection within the one creates all that is aware that it is all that is. And everything is made of it, so everything expresses that self-awareness in some way, shape, or form. And to me, that is sentience. Now, we on Earth often say that sentience is only if something is expressing it this way or that way, and it's a sentience we can relate to. That's usually, in my opinion, what we mean by, oh yes, dolphins are sentient, because we can relate to them because they're similar to us in the way that they behave about themselves, in the way they're aware of themselves. They're similar to us, like bonobo chimps are similar to us in the way they sort of behave. So we say, okay, they're sentient in some way, shape, or form. But I think everything is. You know, for example, they did this and may still be doing this idea called a mirror test to see if certain animals are self-aware. And they have designed this test, at least most of them that I read about, in such a way that they say, well, the animal is self-aware if it recognizes itself in the mirror. I think that's a false assumption. Not that it's not true unto itself, but an animal that doesn't recognize itself in the mirror thinks that the reflection is another animal. That's still self-awareness because it's aware that there is an other than self. So both the recognition of its own reflection and not recognizing the reflection as itself are still versions of self-awareness, because if it's thinking the animal is something other than itself, it still has to know it's not itself. So selfness is still there in the equation. So it's just a matter of how we interpret the idea or recognize the idea of self-awareness and sentience that we can relate to. But I think everything in some way, shape, or form is self-aware because it's all made of the same consciousness of all that is.
Am I accurate in stating that the one is pure sentience?
No, there is no awareness in the one.
The one is, okay.
The one is just isness, existence itself. But existence as itself, as the one, there's nothing else. There's nothing to compare itself to. So what is there to be self-aware about? You know what I'm saying?
I get that. Okay.
It needs that one component, which does exist within it, that is aware of itself. But let's just say, and I know these are just words that is sometimes a little clunky to explain these things, but let's just say 99% of it is not aware of itself. The 1% that is everything we know. Because you cannot know the one because there is nothing to know because it doesn't know itself. That's the ineffable part of the idea of God. God is all that is you can't necessarily know the one because that implies an experience of something that can't even experience itself. But the all that is, yes, that you can know and that you are. And therefore you can have an experience of being that. So the idea that when people quote unquote merge or blend with all that is or God or goddess, they don't lose themselves. They become that perspective. They're all that's left as God because you are all that is, experiencing itself as if it's not all that is in us.
Okay, so a lot of the chosen ones have a younger appearance or are attractive in appearance so that they can reach a certain audience of people to heal. It was done by design so that your words and insight will reach the masses. Some people will hate on you for this. Some people will be enraged and upset that you have this power because beauty and youthfulness is powerful. Being able to appear younger or even operate in a younger energy is powerful. It's also attractive to people who want to learn from you because of your story and what you've been through. Okay, so a lot of chosen ones, a lot of healers either appear younger than their age, or if you are younger, a lot of you guys have a more mature energy. So the older people appear younger a lot of times, and the younger people don't appear older, but their energy is more mature because of the audience that you have to reach, the people that you have to reach. So if you're ever wondering why you meet somebody who's a healer, who's been through a lot of stuff, you're like, damn, this is the definition of you don't look like what you've been through, basically.
Oh. When someone who looks at you the way your dog does. Oh, this is interesting. You see, these animals are very loyal, you see? And loving. And it's just interesting and incredible. The relationship between human and animal is just adorable, man. You see, we should practice such type of a relationship between ourselves, one to one, humans to humans. You see, these animals are very loving to us and loyal and caring, and it's just amazing, man. Thanks for clicking up to this part, guys. If you have some pet there, you can tell us its name and how you relate with it. You see, imagine if everybody related with you the way you do to your pet. Wouldn't the world be beautiful? No. Send love and care to the whole universe and to people, to everything, man, so that we can live in peace and unity and get rid of all this chaos around us. Good vibes, huh? Well, this wonderful guy is always finding some ornaments or some precious stones inside stones, and it's just incredible. You see? I don't know how he does it, but wow, you see, I just love it. I'm always surprised how he knows the right types of rock. You see, people say experience is the master. He must have done this a lot. Can't imagine the first time he came across the precious rock. Oh, how could it have been, you see? Because all those rocks I've always seen and none seem to have something, you see? Is there anybody there watching that knows anything about rocks or have ever found a precious rock somewhere? Please tell us about it, man. This is interesting. And some guy is electric with the nature itself. Oh, this is incredible. Oh, you see, we share some DNA with this stuff. And it's incredible, man. You see how it looks like? It looks like a person with some stuff there, putting on some costume. Well, look at how it's chewing stuff. Oh my god. This thing looks nice. It's incredible. I said these all things were created wonderfully and lovely. Oh, this one looks like good vibes. See there is chilling, man. Oh my god. Oh. This one even has decided to portray his swimming skills and acrobatic skills. This is incredible, you see? And they love it. Oh my god. Oh. You see how you can find in the world this is someone's grandfather. Oh, man, it's incredible. We're just chilling there. I can't believe that. Oh, these humans give us
Was a giant snake of some kind accidentally caught on camera? Or could this also be some kind of a giant eel or some kind of a giant oarfish? Or is it just a floating tree? Let me know what you think.
It's artificial, self-luminous, moves all over the damn place, and apparently it's a construct. I mean, it's a vehicle of some kind, but it's the size of our moon. Norman worked for NASA before it was even NASA. That's how long he'd been in the program. And he said that in the late 70s, American astronomers had discovered that there was something strange going on in Saturn. They had detected some anomalies going on in the rings of Saturn. So they had been putting together this little spacecraft called Voyager 1, which is still out there somewhere. And I think Voyager 1 was the one that carried the little gold disc with the message to those guys out there. And I imagine they thought that was rather humorous. But as Voyager 1 was going out, NASA directed it through the rings of Saturn, near the rings of Saturn, to take a series of photographs. I don't think they quite realized what they were going to get. Well, they got this one. Here's one of the rings here. And this baby is about the size of our moon. Now, this is the other. Now, Norman kept thinking that eventually NASA was going to release this material. And he waited and waited and waited, and they didn't. So Norman retired, took a few of those photographs with him and wrote a book about it. And he tried to get it published in the United States, and nobody would touch it. No American publisher would even get near it. So old Berggren goes off to Scotland, I think Aberdeen. He was able to get a publisher who published his book called The Ringmakers of Saturn. And Norman was convinced, as a bunch of other guys at NASA, that these guys out there were making the rings. And I said, you know, maybe they are, but have you stopped to realize that maybe they're mining the rings? Well, anyhow, this is one of the rings here. But what is this? That, according to NASA and Norman Berggren, is what they call an electromagnetic vehicle. It's a construct, it's an artificially constructed vehicle, and that baby is 2,000 miles long. Now, another piece of the puzzle that our government doesn't want you to know, because they don't know how to tell you. They don't think you could deal with it. They think the idea, if you had to confront the fact that there's a technology in our midst that can do that, how would they explain that? I mean, here we are with these little capsules and this little shuttle. Shuttle has, what, 7 guys on board? We managed to murder about 14 of them over the last few years. The capsules, the shuttles, and you look at them, and you look at something like that. Well, I can understand why the powers that be, the authorities, don't want you to know, because they don't know how to tell you. They think that if you had to confront a reality that there is a technology in our midst that can do that you couldn't handle it. Well, I disagree. I think you can handle it.
Oh my god, that's scary, man. I see new fear unlocked. Oh my god. Oh man, can't imagine that. Oh yeah. Oh man. Starving kitten came to eat someone's house and the dog didn't touch the food until she ate. Wow, this is now incredible. And what we always talk about, you see, good vibes, man, and caring for one another without looking at the species or color and everything like that. You see, like that wonderful dog was helping that man to walk. Wow, these animals are just incredible. We should learn some few things from them too, you see? Like love and compassion and caring for one another and just being good. You see? Wow. This that dog broke a fight between two tigers. That's incredible because they understand there is no need for chaos and all this madness of people fighting. People should live in harmony and peace and unity and love. You see? This is incredible. And these good vibes people here taught their dog how to play baseball.
This is so satisfying. This is called dermaplaning, which is great for removing those small villous hairs from your face. It's also excellent at removing and exfoliating the external layer of skin, and that's what gives you that shiny, dewy glow. Now, our estheticians use a specialized blade in the office, or you can use these throwaway blades, which you can get at your local drugstore or off Amazon. And just to dispel the myth, everyone always wants to know, does the hair grow back longer? And the answer is no.
Now, could this be a real Antichrist temple? And look at the face on that thing. It looks like a cyclops. Now, the location to this place, to my knowledge, is unknown.
I don't know why nobody is talking about this, and it might be causing some problems. It's not a disease. It has to do with the way that we learn. Now, this is just illustrating the concept of fractal discharge. When an excess of energy meets the material world, it discharges in these fractal patterns. Now, you experience them in lightning, rivers, and a lot in the human body, which is why we are made to understand this. Now, did you learn it this way? It follows a star pattern because the golden ratio is contained within the length of the arms. This means it can go infinitely inward or outward and retain the same pattern. The star's inverse is a pentagon, which is why the dodecahedron can also do this. If you take sunlight, break it into the bands of color, that same fractal ratio can be used to find the colors that harmoniously mix well together. It works exactly the same in music. To prove this, you can just watch sound go through water. The energy discharge in the water creates a pattern. The greatest artists in the world have used this to create perspective and depth because our senses are tuned to this ratio. This is a missing step one of understanding life. If you understand the patterns, you can see them in the world around you. Then if you understand how energy interacts with that, if energy can't be created or destroyed, then learning how to consciously use and develop that as a human being can unlock a lot of new doors in your mind and help you find your purpose. All of these examples, fully explained, are in that. It is my new book. The link is in my bio. Having a huge Cyber Monday sale. You can get my top 3 books for under half off, including Codex, and if you go to Baseforge, everything on the site is over half off. Happy Capitalism Day.
I didn't know that, man. Creepy paranormal videos. Oh, what's up with that guy? Oh, look at this guy's mouth. Is that normal? Oh my god. That's pretty abnormal. What's up? What's up? Oh my god. This is pretty abnormal. This ain't normal at all. Hiya. Oh my god. This is normal. This usually. What? What happened to the dog? Oh my god. That's a skinwalker. And what's that thing in the water? Looks like some crocodile standing and doing some stunts. Oh my god. What's up? Oh. Yo. Oh my god. Look at this now. Oh. What? Oh my god. What's this? This is unbelievable. Oh Oh my god, now look at these drawings from in stones and is this real some AI generated photos? How comes people from the past drew things that look like this in modern? Oh, are people in modern society compared to their technology? Okay, let's think about it. Oh, please share those. What do you think about it? Is this us that copied those people from before? Or those people from before copied us? How could they have done that? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, someone must have copied the other or being right. And these are some AI generated photos. What do you think? Please share those on all this. You see? This is creepy. And unfathomable. Oh my god. Even in the past they had USB ports.
You slip through the fabric of reality.
Okay.
Through this tear is a dimension where nothing is as it seems. A cry for help
Hey!
may turn out to be...
What is that?
That is not a fucking person!
a trap meant to lure you in to the back rooms.
Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Mark. Mic check.
On May 6th, 1990, a company known as Async
Get a cable.
was sending exploration teams into the back rooms. An exploration team member by the name of Marvin Lee documented this particular footage.
Has the vertical expansion been approved yet?
They're not getting to that until after the presentation.
The team came upon a series of pitfalls in a grid format on the floor.
Alright, I'll take a look. Go notify Cloud. Oh my god. What do you see?
Everything okay?
Marvin, get the camera over here.
Marvin, attempting to cross this grid, fell.
Can you watch it?
Whoa! Ah!
Oh my god!
After figuring out that he could not get back up the way he came by himself,
I'm not reaching the tunnel I fell from. The opening comes out through the wall, but it's too high.
he hears a cry for help.
What was that?
What was what?
I don't know.
I didn't hear anything up here.
It sounded like... I think there's somebody down here.
What?
I hear yelling. Like, a person is yelling.
A person?
Yeah.
Following the direction from which Marvin had heard the cry of distress, he came into a space that mimicked a suburban neighborhood at night.
What? Are those streetlights?
At the time, Async's knowledge of the backrooms was minimal.
You need to stay at the hole. George will be back any minute, then we can assess the situation from there.
Shh. Only theorizing that there were other entryways into the space that they coined as null zones.
But what if Miller's right about the null zones?
Even if that's the case, I agree with Mark. It's not worth the risk.
If a survivor was on this level...
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to find them.
it would prove the theory correct, that there were other entryways and one could just stumble upon them.
I know how to get back. It's fine. Can you hear me?
Anything?
I'm entering one of the houses. I can hear the yelling coming from. Okay. This is odd. There are inverted turn signs in this room.
Some camera?
I think I'm losing you. Just stand by. Oh my god.
What?
I think someone's been living down here.
Living down there? That's not possible.
Hey! Can you hear me? I think I got him.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Marvin?
That's not a person. That is not a fucking person!
What? Marvin, talk to me. What do you see? What's going on?
This was the first instance of Async discovering that there were hostile entities within the Backrooms.
Marvin, what's going on?
And ones that would mimic human speech in order to lure their prey. This is also when Async discovered that there were multiple levels of the Backrooms, each having a distinguishing feature, and some being more dangerous than others.
George.
Okay, I'm here. Send it down.
Stand clear. We're sending it down.
Marvin has just awoken to the fact that not everything you see or hear can be believed, and when exploring uncharted territory, it is best approached with a high level of caution, especially when you venture into the Backrooms.
Oh, wonderful people! Thanks for watching up to this part, man. You see, that was a very scary scenario from that guy, you see? And I'd like to hear your thoughts on all that has passed. Maybe some of you have entered into the Backrooms. Leave a comment there. And thanks for watching up to this part. It's if your first time here. Feel loved and respected. To the members and subscribers, big up to yourself. You see, just keep on spreading love and good vibes. Hit the like button and the super thanks button if possible. Much love to everybody, man. Watch till the end. Good vibes.
Yo, check this out. Look at this, y'all. What the hell? The sun just set over here. Yo, the sun just set it over here. And look at this. What is this, y'all? Look at this. Oh, that's the moon, huh? That's the moon.
Hey, you guys, you see this? Look at the moon. Hey, look at that. Look at the water. What is that?
That's the moon, man. What is that, y'all?
Wow, looks so wild.
Look at this.
Not here.
That is not the...
That's not.
There's like, it's like
Oh
two
my
different options. Look at this. Wow. Look at this.
I knew that we needed to stay.
What the hell?
Oh my god.
Look, now they're standing up watching. Look at this, y'all. I can't zoom in anymore. That shit is red as hell, y'all. This thing is so red. It's so red, y'all. You have no idea. This thing is so red. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. What? You see behind it? Y'all, do you see what's behind? You see like the flashing? You see like the flashing behind it? Look at this. You see like the flashing? Wow. Look at this, y'all.
That is very abnormal.
So easy to think the world is going to shit until you sit on a rock. You sit on a rock, man. It's all. What was going on? Who was talking shit? Don't care. Rock.
My goodness, don't you remember?
On the hillside, little box is made of dicky daddy and the old made on the dicky daddy and the old just to say.
Those are some very interesting words of wisdom.
I'm sure you've all seen the Stargate series. That Stargate is real. I've seen it. Lincoln Labs. They had the original Stargate, you know, that big metal stone ring, was up at Lincoln Labs on the Air Force Base by MIT. When they first turned it on, this guy comes through the Stargate with 2 master CDs. It gets handed to the government. Now, why the government didn't bury it, I don't know. But the government then handed the Roland Emmerich and told him to use it in his movie Stargate. He was privileged to see the Stargate in operation also. And that's why if you watch that movie, first thing you'll notice, the action doesn't quite match the music. That's because they were matching the action to the music that they already had. Now, each piece of that music, each track, 1 through 24, represents the 24th gene pair genome, and that last 24th gene, that's altruism. Then from 25 to 30, that's like a fixative pattern of frequencies for different races of man. Number 30 happens to be ours, and I think number 27 is yours. You know, it's for the black race. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not trying to go into any sort of segregation. I don't believe in that. You all have beautiful, lovable minds. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter where you have your sex organs. Everyone has a beautiful mind.
How was it that you got into the side of the frequency of the music, and how that was opening up doorways, portals?
Well, basically, at this point, I already had the connection to this character, Preston of the Future.
And this guy, Preston of the Future, would just literally walk into your 3D life here, like me, and you would recognize this person as Preston of the Future?
That's why I got his fingerprints, and I got some of you know, he bled. He got a cut, and I blotted it, and I sent that out, and it matched me perfectly. The fingerprints on the glass and the blood on the napkin matched me 100%.
And what future is he from? What year do you know?
I don't know. I don't think it's that far into the future. I think it's like maybe another 30 years after whatever this big calamity that's coming is. I think he's from that time.
Is he older than you now?
No, he looks exactly the same. Exactly the same. That tells me that yes, time travel becomes usable, and I probably do eventually succeed on age regression. Or it's a clone body. I don't know which, but basically, after playing the the steel phonograph record with DARPA and kibitzing with the general that, hey, what kind of a joke this is.
Sorry, where did you get the steel phonographic record from?
That supposedly came to me through DARPA from the Chaco Canyon caves. That was in the cave sitting on a pedestal with a little indentation in the rock with what looked like a phonograph cartridge. And the record had 20 pi on it. That's all it had on it. And I figured, okay, pi represents an RPM, rotation. So it's probably 20 times pi rotations, which comes out to 66 2/3 RPM. So I took a 78 turntable and slowed it down to 66, and Stargate music. Why the hell am I playing this?
Stargate, the movie, the TV serial.
No,
Series.
the movie.
Yes,
the movie. Local record shop, buy a copy of the Stargate CD. I use that to adjust the speed on the turntable, match it perfectly, and it matches perfectly. So I get very interested in this music.
Oh, is that guy okay? Oh, that's the
You're a
information.
fully grown adult who can be wed. Stand up to your mommy and...
Okay, on this thread, this thought process, okay? Stay with me. I have a 5-year-old. I raise my 5-year-old as if he's one day going to be an adult, because one day he will be an adult. So I explain how things work, why they work. Any questions he has, I answer within reason as long as they're age appropriate. Most parents don't do this. They don't do this. And I've thought a lot about this, and I think that where our generation was failed is our parents were really focused on raising good children, but not raising adults. They focused so much on making sure that we listened and obeyed everything they said and never got in trouble and never were disrespectful, that they never taught any of us how to be functional adults. I hear all the time like, oh, in schools they took out home ec, in schools they took out this and that, and I just sit back and I go, at what point are you as a parent responsible for teaching your kid how to be an adult one day? Because one day they're going to have opinions, they're going to have to build a life for themselves. And if they don't even know how to call their dentist or how to do anything, they don't know how to do anything, including regulate their emotions, because they were never allowed to have them. And now they're a big grown adult and they're thrust into the world and they're just expected to be an adult at 18 years old after being babied. And I don't mean babied like, oh, honey. Like, I mean like yelled at, screamed at, told to shut up, told to go to their room, told to not be a functional human. They've been given no skills on how to be an adult. They've been given skills on how to be a child that listens to a parent, but not an adult. Not a successful 18, 19, 20-year-old. And then we look at them, and then these people have children. And when I had a kid, I was like, holy shit, I have to figure this out, and went to therapy. I've been really mindful of raising a little human who will one day not be a child anymore.
Wonderful people! Thank you always for watching, man. You have done respect. You see that gesture you do of just clicking this video and clicking the like button and leaving a comment? It's a wonderful gesture, you see, and it always sparks having good vibes. And we always wish the world to reward you with the same, you see? And your family, much love to you guys. From wherever you are, Project Love and caring and good vibes as always, you see? Keep it tuned for another 5 episodes that will be coming away soon. In the meantime, send peace and unity to all those around you. Goodbye. Toodles.